What's going on, everyone? My name is Nick from The Vinyl Casket, and welcome back to the weekly roundup. I know we've been gone for a couple weeks, but we are back. You hit that subscribe, like, and comment here because we're about to show you an amazing time. So, if you don't know, this is a show where me and my two friends, Manny and Carlos,
What's going on, everybody?
we talk about our top three books every week from our pull lists as they come out. We start with number three, we work our way down to the pick of the week, and it all goes on to a really cool bracket where we determine each pick of the week. They go up against each other to determine the pick of the month, and then the months go up against each other to determine the pick of the year. Right now, we are just in the second week of July, and last week I had the newest issue of Batman written by Chip Zdarsky. What did you guys have?
Yo, for me, I'm surprised, but I'm actually happy because I've been wanting this for a while, man. ASM, Amazing Spider-Man #5 was my top pick, man. Yeah, I'm enjoying Spider-Man again. So good pick.
Yeah, no, Spider-Man was good, but it wasn't good as Saga 16. Saga was the best pick overall for everybody's. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out number one for everybody. Yeah, no, Saga was good. This was I think it was the ending that really, the emotional ending that really pushed it to number one. So
it was my number 2 pick, man, and Spider-Man just beat it out a little bit, just by a little bit.
So that's our first week of July. This week's top pick will go up against that. And then after we talk about our top picks, we talk about our disappointing moments of the week. And then we talk about our favorite covers for the week.
Yep.
And then we end the show with a little bit of what we're most excited for coming out next week. So yeah, strap on in and let's get into it. We're going to start with our top threes, or number threes. And mine is issue 13 of Moonknight.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice
Is
pick.
that 13 or is that 15?
13.
13, yeah, 13.
Okay. I got it wrong then.
Issue 13 was they've all been good. It's been a very consistent, super consistent series, right?
Yep.
Every issue has been good, has been really good. It's been like the standard I judge comics on. But this issue took such a serious tone and established like the new direction of where the storyline, at least for the next couple issues, is going to go. With after dealing with the stuff in the last couple of issues, now he's going after the vampires, and Taskmaster's like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, it was just a really well drawn, well written, and like it was kind of like, it's hard to feel refreshing in a series that isn't stale, but it was still like refreshing.
Yep.
And yeah, that's why it's my number 3.
I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with you on the serious note. I feel like it's been very serious. That's why I chose it for my number 1 pick. I'm gonna throw it out there right now. It's my number 1.
Wow.
Especially because like you downplayed the way Taskmaster was like, oh, he doesn't want to be part of this. No, he is scared. He's scared to be a part of this. So scared that, Carlos and I talked about this. He literally went to Moonknight and was like, hey, so this is happening. I was called upon. I'm not for it. And they're going after you. I'm just letting you know so you know that it's not me. All right. Like, I'm not, leave me alone. And he even says, I'll go after Captain America. I'll go after Wolverine.
Daredevil, Spider-Man.
I'll go after anyone. Keep me out of this. So like, that was amazing. Tudor not listening to what he's saying and continuing and being like threatened because they turned Soldier into a vampire. That was interesting because I wonder if he knows that was most likely a last minute decision in the moment. It wasn't because he wanted to create more vampires, but he's acting like if he's making an empire of his own, which is why he's so threatened. I think this is a good way to just subtly start another arc without making it a huge thing. It was just like, hey, this is another bad guy that wants to go after Moonknight, and this is what we're going to talk about now. So I liked it. I loved it. Like you said, though, it is consistent. And so because of that consistency, it's my number one.
Yeah, dude, you copied me because that's my number one pick, man. I mean, like,
Guys, we're supposed to save those for the end.
look,
Then
man.
don't put a number one pick in the number 3 spot. That's the simple answer right there.
Look, man. Moonknight wins the most consistent comic book of the year for me, like right now.
I would say that I see it as a tie between Nightwing and Moonknight.
Well, Nightwing had that whole fear state that took it off. Like it's not his fault.
But even his fear state stuff wasn't bad. It wasn't. It was
consistent.
It was consistent because it was like us. It was only one issue.
No, it was 2.
It was 2.
No, it was 2. Yeah, it was 2. But look, they weren't bad issues. Like not at all. They were actually very good.
With the Batgirls.
Yeah, I mean, those issues were actually very good considering that. I mean,
the best issues of Fear State.
Exactly. No, exactly. Considering that Fear State was, it just really didn't land. But those 2 issues weren't at the same level as all the other issues of Nightwing. Again, they weren't bad by any means, but every Moon Knight issue has been pretty much the same quality. So again, that's why right now it's winning the most consistent book of the year for me. Why this issue was my top pick, like Manny mentioned, seeing Taskmaster scared shitless. Like the dude takes on the most ridiculous jobs, and he's known, to literally want to go up against everybody so that he can dude, fucking collect on his contracts, but also learn new moves, get better, add to his arsenal. But the fact that with Moon Knight, he just doesn't even want to deal with that. I love seeing Moon Knight, what would we consider B tier character, for the most part. I mean, let's be honest, in terms of popularity, I would say he's like, B list. But to me, like seeing Taskmaster be that afraid of him and saying, "Hey, I'd rather go up against Captain America, like Spider-Man, all these other heroes," was badass. I love that, and I love how Jed MacKay is giving Moon Knight his time to shine. I've enjoyed many other runs of Moon Knight, but I feel like Jed MacKay I feel like he's gonna take him to that next level, if that makes sense, But anyways, yeah, it was just really cool to see that. And another thing that I really appreciate about this issue is that the very beginning of McKay's run opened up with vampires, right? That's how we got introduced to Reese and how she became part of his crew. And the vampire plot has been kind of in the background since the beginning of the run. We've got little hints here and there, and it's cool that we're revisiting that. And I feel like now it's gonna be the prominent story arc for the next, we'll say, I don't know, 4 or 5 issues. But I really like that we're revisiting that plot basically. Tudor, I don't believe that he's like an established Marvel villain. And typically when we deal with vampires, it's usually Dracula, right? Like it's usually Dracula that
unless it's a Blade story.
Huh?
Yeah.
Unless it's a Blade story.
Right.
It's usually Dracula unless it's a Blade story. Then
right.
It could be anyone.
Right. But typically the main villain or whatever is Dracula, and he's the one that's is got the big vampire gang and all that. So I like the fact that we're getting a new vampire kind of leader that fits more of the New York City vibe kind of thing. And yeah, he seems interesting, so I want to see how that's going to play out. But yeah, man, it's just cool that this transition to the new vampire like storyline, it doesn't seem forced. It doesn't feel like it's coming out of left field, because again, it's been this plot point that's been kind of brewing in the background. So I really like that, man. It's just a really good transition. Soldier Boy turning into a vampire, like you said, Manny.
Boy?
Hey, well, I'll take it.
That's right. Soldier. soldier turning to a vampire, like you said, I'm pretty sure that it was a very last minute kind of thing. You know, but now that he's a vampire, I hope that we get to see him, be a little bit more involved in the field with the Moonknight. And the last thing that I'll mention that I love about this issue is the fact that we're gonna most likely be seeing in the next issue like a conversation between all of the three personalities.
I'm going to call that the
yes.
the Council of Knights.
The Council of Knights. I like that.
I don't know.
And in these whole, in these past 13 issues, we haven't had any real interactions with either Mark or Jake. So it's gonna be cool. I want to see
Steven.
Steven, yeah, that's right. I want to see what Jed McKay is gonna do with those personalities. So yeah, that's why was my number one pick.
Yeah, my one thing I wanted to add that I noticed, and you could correct me because I think Carlos would know. Does no one know that Moonknight is like a god?
You mean Punch?
I think they know that he can come back to life, like he doesn't die, but
because the way Taskmaster and Tudor were talking about him, he's just a human. Oh, he's just a guy. He's just a human. He has no powers. He has no powers. Weird. But like,
yeah, well, because
he does have powers.
Yeah, not a lot of people. I mean, keep in mind, the majority of the I guess comic book Marvel world think that he's fucking nuts, man. That the dude's just crazy, right?
But didn't he like try to take over the world and like fight the Avengers, like as a god? Yeah. Like, do they not remember that?
That was at a time where he had that, like it was the age of Khonshu, like it was just a specific time period.
Correct.
He doesn't have those powers all the time.
But I'm like saying, wouldn't people not realize like this guy's definitely not a normal human?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know. I thought that was a little weird. But like I haven't read him consistently enough to know if like people just don't know he's it's a hidden secret unless you're like in the Avengers.
Yeah, not there are some villains that know, there are some heroes that know, but also most of the time you see even his like allies kind of like talk about, is he a god, like does he have powers, like what's his deal? Even his own like allies, whenever he ends up teaming with the with any kind of Avenger or other hero, they always question like, is this dude for real, or is he just got a lot of cool gadgets? But I think that's part of what kind of makes it fun. It plays on the different personality and him being a little crazy. So
yeah. All right, so Carlos, what's your number 3?
For me, my number 3 pick is Daredevil. Daredevil number 1, even though it should be Daredevil, whatever
31.
Issue, 31 or whatever. But anyways, Daredevil number 1. I was afraid that the new direction or picking up right after the events of what was it?
Devil's Reign.
Devil's Reign, yeah, was gonna be a little choppy, and it was just gonna feel a little out of left field. But no, we're going right back into the storyline of Elektra finally telling him, hey, this is our opportunity to take on the Hand. We need to form the Fist, this ancient order that is supposed to be the only kind of real, I guess, organization that can finally take down the Hand. After the world thinks that Matt Murdock is dead. So it was a really nice seamless transition into that next I guess saga of Daredevil, and seeing Matt leave New York, which I think will be good. I think that seeing him kind of travel a little bit and maybe open up the world of Daredevil is gonna be cool. My one gripe though that I was kind of upset, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't really understand the scene. Huh?
Said you are wrong, but anyway.
Maybe I am, and hopefully I am. was the like off-panel death of Kirsten, man.
I'm doubting that. I'm doubting.
I hope so, because it just seems very like a very unceremonious kind of death for a character that has played a pretty important role in his life. She's been a prominent character for a long time, man. And she's a great character, and just kind of seeing that death was just a little jarring, and I don't like that in storylines or like TV shows or whatever, when they want to cut a character out because they're not going to fit the narrative or the story that they want to tell. They kind of just out of nowhere just kill them off, right? And it's just feels a little forced. That's really my only gripe with this issue. And it's not the kind of closure that I was hoping that Matt would get, but just a small gripe. But other than that, dude, Chichero's artwork still top. Like it's top, man. Like it's fucking absolutely awesome. But yeah, it was my number 3 pick because I'm excited about what's gonna happen, and the new arc that's being set up. Also, I am always down for a Spidey and Daredevil team up. Like that is what really cemented this issue as a top pick, and it beat out what was originally my number 3 pick. But seeing Spidey and Daredevil always makes me happy, man. I can never get enough of Spidey and Daredevil, and I think that we're all being robbed of not having a Spidey and Daredevil, like team up ongoing series. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, that's it for me.
So I agree with everything you said, and that Spider-Man scene is the reason why it's my number 1 pick.
Number 1. Okay.
Number 1 pick. All right, damn.
What part of everything I read, this book I was so excited. And maybe it's because I'll say right here, I'm definitely biased because I'm currently rereading the previous series that Chip was doing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Because I hopped in right before Devil's Reign, so I read like the last. I read like 4 issues leading into Devil's Reign. The book, like the whole prelude and everything. Read Devil's Reign and loved it, right? Or liked it. It was good. So I'm in the middle of reading that, right? So I think I was a little biased, but at the same time, because I'm already in like this Daredevil kind of vibe. I'm really enjoying it. I like Chip's writing. But that Spider-Man, like the whole beginning of the issue, and was so fantastic. Him pretending to be Matt,
and
then pretending to be Mike, and then turning into putting the Daredevil mask on while wearing regular clothes. And then Spidey being like, I can't tell you my identity because, it's still a secret.
That was so sad.
I'm not dead yet, Like, it was so good. And then it was a little weird, the train scene, when this guy's like, I'm your guardian angel. Like,
oh, yeah. I hope that we kind of like figure out where that's coming from, because I don't remember him ever having powers or where that really came from.
It seems like it's a brand new plot device.
Probably, but
if he does it well, it might be a really cool thing. It's definitely different. It was definitely a little jarring, but it wasn't bad. It was good.
Yeah,
it was a very enjoyable. You know what? A good book makes you like question it. So like I question that, but I don't have enough information to determine if that was really bad or not.
I bet you he's the one that saves Karen. He's your guardian angel. He's got this gold-like angelic.
Well, he said that I'm not hers.
Yeah, no, I know, but I bet you he did it anyways. I bet you it's just gonna come back and just be like, "Hey, I did it." Because I don't really agree that Matt would not grieve Karen. He just watched her blow up, or he knows that she's dead, and he is just like, "Well, that happened. Now I gotta go to the mountains with Elektra." Like that makes no sense.
How did we feel about the Elektra story, though?
Oh, and you know what? Yeah, I didn't even touch on that just because I feel like I already said it like a lot, but I love that story, and the backup artwork was phenomenal on that, man. It was awesome.
I like how she beat the shit out of Stick.
Hell
I
yeah.
think she beat the shit out of him. I think she gave him a good fight.
I feel like she beat the shit out of him. He deserved it.
He deserved
He
it.
was winning. He won for like a page. She won for a page, and then that was it. Like, it's also, this is my my third pick, just to let you guys know. So, this is my top 3. This is Daredevil.
Okay, so far, we both picks that have been mentioned, all 3 of us have in our top 3.
Yes, so far.
So we all share 2 books in our top 3. This is interesting.
Yeah.
How do you it being your third pick and enjoying the Electra story? How do you feel about her staying? Well, she says I'm not Daredevil, and she says I'm Electra Nachos, but she's still wearing the Daredevil suit. Huh?
I think that's cool. I like it. It shows some kind of uniformity behind them. If they're both going to be the leader of the hand, even though there can only be one or something, but it shows some kind of like, support.
Yep. I love it, man.
The only thing also that I'm questioning here is I'm not reading Punisher.
I was about to say, are they going to face off against the Punisher?
Yeah, like, is Punisher the bad guy? I don't know. I talked to somebody else about this from the Krieg show, and basically he let me know that Punisher is technically not a bad guy, and he's only doing this because he's able to like punish really bad people.
Yeah,
but he's still the head of the hand. So
yeah, right. Like that's kind of the whole storyline that's going on with him right now. He's like the de facto leader right now, right?
They're gonna have to face off.
Yeah. I'm not reading the Punisher. I just know from like little news clips here and there that he's basically taking over the hand. He's even got like
writing that?
Huh?
No idea.
Who's writing Punisher?
Dude, honestly, I don't even know. That's how much I'm not paying attention to.
It's only 4 or 5 issues out, so I might try to catch up and see.
Yeah, that might be my idea too. I might catch just because I think it's going to cross over heavily.
Absolutely, it's going to. Yeah, but
I mean, it has to, especially with again this whole mission of them finally taking down the hand. There's no way that they're not going to cross paths, with the Punisher.
So now to speculate a little bit, are we thinking that Daredevil Woman with No Fear is going to be a key book? Because isn't that the first time that we see this Goldie guy or whatever, or does he appear before?
No, dude, he's the prosecutor that was trying to fucking
the guy who prosecuted Daredevil and put him in jail
in the regular run.
I started the Darkies run at issue 21.
Yeah, that's why I went back and started reading it.
So I've never seen
back.
Yeah, he's
really good. It's really good from the gate.
Okay.
Yeah, but no,
he hasn't even gone to jail yet in where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, he's not a new. I mean, he's a newer character, I guess. But what's new is that he all of a sudden has got like powers, or he's got like
gotcha.
that whole light thing going on or whatever.
He put him in jail, and he's supposed to be his guardian angel.
Yeah, he kept him out of trouble. You can't get hurt if you're in jail, right?
Yeah.
Out of you in jail.
Yeah, that's the joke. But that's my number 3.
Yeah, good pick, man. Nick, what's your
number 2? Right,
number 2, man. Yeah,
my number 2 is issue 5 of Slumber.
Nice.
I have a feeling we're all going to overlap now.
I think that's Carlos' number 2.
It is,
and that's my number 2.
Okay, so this might be the first time that all 3 picks.
Dude, it is.
Oh, yeah,
it is. Yeah,
we're done.
And I think you and Carlos have the same
number 1.
Same top 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, shit, we do.
Last time too.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that we actually text behind your back and say, "All right, this is what we're putting."
Yep, absolutely.
So you guys are so weird. All right, so Slumber 5. I have a lot to say about this book. So
go for it, man.
Last issue of Slumber, it did make my top 3. I agreed with you guys. It was great, whatever. It was still like there was something weird about it that was just hadn't. it hadn't like flushed like
Click, I guess.
yeah, like I liked it. I've liked it from the get go. It's
Mhm.
made my top 3 before, right? But like to be a top pick, like number 1, it wasn't there, and that week it did. It was like number 4 or number 5. This week, everything kind of just like made sense. Like this is like the most flushed out the story's gotten. Right? Everything's been weird, all over the place, wild and rapid and crazy stuff and enjoyable. But this issue, like with like getting to hear the villain speak and like see this like very emotional. I don't even know how to describe what I read. It was just really good and like finally clicked in my head. Like this is like different. This isn't just
This
like
is
a
how you
fun
should
read. This is like
be
a really like
judging each book. I'm so proud of you. You're learning. This is exactly how you should be judging each book that you read. This is the criteria.
I
Keep
lied.
going. Keep
My
going.
number 2 is Batgirls.
No, man. It,
No,
it
agreed. Yeah.
it was this issue I thoroughly enjoyed, just like all the other issues. And like you mentioned, man, I love the fact that we got to see the events unfold from the beginning, from Valkyria's like point of view, how she ended up taking possession of all of the people that led her to where she is right now. And then also learning about what her true motivations are directly from her, right? She wants to like be able to exist and stay in our world without having to possess people, because once someone wakes up, that's it. Like her possession is pretty much gone. um and there's something about like Stetson that I don't believe has been revealed yet as to why she's so important to Valkyria, and she blames her for not being able to stay in our world. So I don't know. I think that there's something there. But to me, the most emotional, the biggest emotional impact of this issue was seeing her, see her daughter, or her daughter, because it's Valkyria, manipulating her. But the way that the scene is drawn, and just the dialogue, the setup, everything about that, it was just really emotional, man. And you could see that it wasn't her daughter like coming from a mile away, but it didn't diminish the impact of that scene at all, man. And finally seeing the attention build. It's Stetson versus Valkyria, man, and we're gonna see that big showdown next issue. And yeah, man, it's just it was just a wild, fun issue like all the other ones. And yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to the conclusion, and that's why it was my number 2 pick, because of that really emotional scene between her and again her daughter, or whatever. But yeah, man.
I think the way I see it, and you may be right, it may be something different, but the way I see it is, and what I really like about it is the fact that Valkyria and Stetson, it's not like a destined, yeah, I have to fight you because blah blah. I'm the one person that can do it, whatever. It's literally just random. You took over my daughter, and you took my daughter away from me. So now it's a revenge story.
Yeah.
I think that these last 5 years, every time Valkyria got close to coming to our world, Stetson's been there to stop her, and that's
Stop
why
her. I see.
and that's
Okay.
why they're so like together, and they got
Gotcha.
something
Okay. All right.
movie, but it
Makes
could be
sense.
something else different as
Yeah,
well.
that makes sense.
Um,
And the only reason why I said that is because there was that one like there was that one piece of dialogue where Valkyria says something along the lines of it's her fault, you know.
oh yeah,
And that's just what kind of got me thinking maybe there's history before Valkyria even did anything to her daughter. And we still actually don't even know if like her daughter may be alive, or what exactly went down with her daughter. But
that's what I was hoping.
yeah,
Honestly.
but that's like the only reason why I thought, hey, maybe there's something else, there. But yeah, it was just good issue, man.
And another
Yeah.
thing I'm excited for next issue is I still don't. I forget his name, but her helper, her little monster helper.
Yeah, the elf
Uh,
guy.
that elf guy. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't wait to see what he's gonna do to stop these cops because there's like a whole SWAT team, and he's like, I got this. I can take care
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, and
So
he's
nonchalant.
basically like,
We
I'm
know
hungry.
nothing about that guy. We
Nothing.
literally know nothing about him.
Yep.
He likes to eat
Yeah.
humans. So that's pretty much it.
It's so weird because we're like, I feel like all the other characters have gotten so much development, and this guy who's been there since issue 1, just in all these scenes, funny dialogue. We know
I think it's
nothing.
hilarious.
We have learned zero about why there's a random elf just running around the world. Like no one's questioning it. Like
He's the Splat from Twig of this series.
Yeah.
yeah,
this
I
is
don't
what
think
gets me.
Splat could harm anyone though. And I think this guy is about to
I don't know.
kill a bunch of people.
Excuse me.
This is what gets me confused about Carlos. You telling me that this next issue is the conclusion. Like, yeah, it said to be concluded. I took that as this story, this arc is going to be concluded, and we're going to get a whole series. It's still ongoing, but
I
you're
hope
thinking
so.
it's going to end, right?
I mean, dude,
Yeah,
I hope so. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because there isn't a solicitation for issue number 7 when when the solicits already came out. Maybe it's going on hiatus. I hope so because seeing like a lot of more adventures or like jobs or tasks or whatever.
We got backstory on this elf guy. Like, we
dude,
got
like
so many things. Yeah,
bro, I could spend so much more time, man, like reading.
Yeah.
I think this is it. At least for now.
Yeah.
But again, if it does well, I hope that the series has been doing well. I hope that more people are tuning in. A lot of times we get, later down the line, we get a second volume,
Yeah, that's like an Image thing. They like to do mini series and then eventually, like, isn't there a bunch of that are coming back?
That's what's holding them back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like.
But at the same time, I like how they do very self-contained stories that are easily digestible. Like, you could recommend this to a friend once it's done and be like, "Yo, you should check out Slumber. It's only 6 issues. Like, you don't have to read 35 issues to catch up. And I could talk to you about it. Read the 6 issues in a week, and then we can have a whole discussion."
Yep, for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, Slumber has been definitely a surprise hit and one of my absolute favorite books of this year. So if we get more, yeah, man, I would be fucking ecstatic. But we'll see.
No one's gonna hear about it unless it gets picked up by a TV studio or a movie company. All right.
Oh, I have no interest in no.
That's the only reason.
I think it's good the way it is.
Oh no, I would definitely love to see it animated or anything like that. I'm just going into my disappointment of the week.
You want to go disappointment? All right, guys. Disappointment.
Disappointment, man.
Boom.
Disappointment, man.
Now. All right, my disappointment of the week is also my honorable mention.
What?
Sure. That's how that works.
So, it's ImpactWinter. The problem here, what I'm disappointed in, is that this is not an ongoing series. This is a one-shot, really thick, big issue, huge.
Oh, it's a one-shot. Oh, damn.
It's the prequel to the audiobook.
Dude, I didn't even know there was an audiobook.
I didn't know until I got the issue and saw that it was it was a partner between, I think, Skybound and Audible and Skybound Productions. But it's the prequel to the audiobook. And I read this and it was awesome. It was so good. It was incredible. And that's why my disappointing moment of the week is that it is not an ongoing comic series. And the art was awesome.
Are you going to go get the audiobook now?
I guess I'm going to listen to it. It was really good.
You're going to tell me you can't listen to it while you're working?
While working? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look glass and be distracted.
But yo, I mean, who knows, man? Maybe the audiobook gets, like turned into a comic book. That'd be cool.
I would just the art. All right, so it's Travis Beckman Batchman, Stephen Green, and Matt Hollingsworth.
Matt Hollingsworth for sure is the colorist. I know that name like anywhere.
It was
'Cause-
an awesome, like beautifully drawn book.
okay.
Basically, it's in the future. A comet hits the Earth, causes like a big cloud of stuff all over the place. Then it turns out that vampires have existed this entire time, and they're kind of like feral vampires, and they're like swarming around, and all these people have to hide inside. And we're in like future like England, and like all these people are like hiding, living in a castle, and only the people that like scavenge for food and stuff are allowed to leave. And this
Okay.
girl who's taking care of her younger sister, her mother passed away, her dad died before all this. The guy that runs the castle is like their father figure. She's like, you're not allowed to go out until you're able to, you know, swing this long sword without missing. Like you can't miss. And like the whole story kind of like lines up with that. It's really cool because they're fighting vampires with swords, and it's like the future, and like there's like this weird wolf, and then this guy that she develops a relationship for very quickly goes missing, and then gets a transmission and finds him. Turns out that he's now a vampire, but they haven't experienced
I might read
human
this.
vampires.
I might read this though. Don't ruin it all for me.
I'm telling you, you're still gonna enjoy it. It was good. The dialogue, the setup, it was all good.
All right.
Nice.
Cool, man.
I'm very upset that there's not another issue.
Write a letter. A disappointing I'm disappointed fan letter.
That's why I didn't make my top 3. I didn't want to put it in my top 3 because I was so upset that over it not being a series that I was like, I can't talk. I can talk this up all day, but I'm just still gonna be upset. And I don't think I could put that in my top 3. I can't put a book I'm upset about.
Makes sense.
Dude, for me, man, my disappointment of the week, it's more of a realization that I like came to, and I don't care what you guys are gonna say and how much shit I'm gonna get, but I'm realizing how many fucking books are like $4.99 and more in my pull list.
Oh my god,
bro! Like
It's been like this. So
no,
how are you just realizing?
No, I don't know. No. That like way more books are like sneaking into my pull list, man, that are $4.99, $6.99. ASM is gonna be $9.99. Daredevil $6.50 or whatever is for sure gonna be a $9.99 book. And yo, inflation is real because I'm seeing it in my comic books. I'm just saying, man.
I'm going back to your pull list on League of Comic Book Geeks. I'm going back to January, and I'm going to look at all your $4.99 and $5.99 books that you have. I'm already Batman 119, $4.99.
Dude.
Like Inferno
all
number
the
4,
card
$5.99.
Dude, Something is Killing the Children, like issue number 25, $4.99. Like, come on, man. Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
it's been a thing. I don't think you can be disappointed about something that you've been dealing with for over a year.
I don't know, man.
I will admit, like, there are a lot of $3.99 books in your list. Like, I'm in the second week of January, but most of them are $4.99, $5.99. You just haven't been paying attention.
I think that I just haven't been paying attention. Yeah, man, I just haven't been paying attention. But like in the last couple months, yo, just Spider-Man alone, there's been a fuck ton of like $5.99/$9.99 issues, man. And you know, it's like, dude. And what upsets me too, at least on the Marvel side, is that I'm paying more for the books and I'm still getting shitty paper. Come on, Marvel, step it up.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with this like toilet paper cover, man?
Yeah, I wonder who could like complain to directly at Marvel, because I hear this complaint all the time about their quality of paper, and I'm sure they hear it too. But like, how can we make it more apparent? Hey, like, man, I have these signatures. There's thousands of them. do better. You know, like
yeah, man, like Marvel, do better. There's
That's
no
the one
reason.
thing DC is so superior with against Marvel.
100%.
Indies are incredible. Like
Dude,
Boom
yeah,
and Image do a way better job.
exactly. There's no reason why Marvel can't put out the kind of quality books that Boom puts out. Fucking Source Point, Aftershock. Like, come on, man. Like,
And then the thing with the covers, the things with the covers is Marvel could easily do the same thing that DC does. Like, okay, if you want a better quality cover, if you want a better quality bound book, we'll charge you an extra $1, but we'll give you what you want.
No.
like,
And you have
no.
a choice. You can get the regular cover or you can get the better quality cover.
So
It's up to you.
this mom and pop store can do it at a better price, but you, a multi-billion-dollar company, can't, or you can, but you're gonna charge me more.
Yeah, like, look,
That
all
makes
right.
no sense.
If it's like DC where it's, hey, cardstock, fine. That extra $1, I get it. Fine. But your regular A cover, there's no excuse. I should not have to pay more, to get better quality paper. Anyways, this is turning into like another, discussion that kind of segue. But overall, though, man, I guess I'm just disappointed in myself that I'm just noticing how many fucking books I have that I'm paying like so much extra for.
It's just the guy who was buying variant after variant after variant. You're probably spending so much money on.
That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different. Not the same thing. Different.
You're cutting pennies, bro. You're cutting pennies.
It's implied that I'm gonna pay a premium for my variants. Not the same thing. Anyways, that's it for me.
That's
Manny,
a valid complaint, though. I'm looking at my my pool for next week, and all of my books are $3.99, except for one from Scout Comics. So,
which one from Scout Comics?
The Triskel.
Oh,
or whatever, however you pronounce it. It's the second issue. That one is $44.99, but that one I can just be like, it's a small company. They actually do have good stock that they're using.
Okay,
maybe they need that money to keep going and stuff. So I can do that for them, But Marvel has no excuse.
Shame on IDW. Charging me $5.99 for a Transformers book. That's ridiculous.
That's
Yo,
true. That's
shame on you. Shame on you for paying that much for a Transformers book.
I didn't know it's paying $6.
I thought I was the one that I'm just dropping down my card. Hey, just swipe the card. Don't even tell me. But y'all apparently aren't looking at all.
Bro. I don't know, man.
Most of my books are $3.99. Obviously, the DC card stocks are $4.99.
Yeah. Again, fair. Those are fair game. I get it.
Angel's $4.99, but I'm not mad at it.
Sure.
Sure. It's
I'm mad that you have it on your list.
Boom Studios has quality stock, so I can't.
Yeah.
And then the Alien Annual is going to be $4.99.
Well, annuals are always fucking like $4.99, man, for the most part. So I don't know, but
yeah. So just speaking about money in general, my disappointment is with the spectators. I think we've already had this conversation, but with the whole 8 billion genies blowing up right now, and it's only because mostly spectators are hyping it up. Mostly the people, like you said, Carlos, the people that bought 20 issues are now like, hey, this is a great book, buy it from me, instead of reading the book and enjoying 100%. It. Because 8 billion genies is a great book, but I don't think it deserves the hype that it's getting. Like, it's a great book, and I'm happy that it's getting the promotion that it needs.
It's still on shelves, which I don't understand why. Like, these guys are buying it and trying to sell it. It's still on shelves. They're reprinting it.
Yeah, they're causing it to be where, oh wow, now I need to go get it, and now it's not going to be on the shelves anymore because so many people are buying them, and then now it's like, hey, I'm here.
The books that do good.
Like, and look, this is my thing. You want to sell it for a little bit of like a premium, whatever. All right, fine. But
selling it for $20.
But exactly, dude. I'm sorry. You're buying up 20 issues for like, people that look, it's good when a comic gets option because it does create that buzz and it is gonna turn more people to try the book. People that actually want to fucking read it. But when you're going in and buying, like you said, 20 issues, 15 issues, and you're trying to pawn them off for like $20, like that, that's not healthy. That's not healthy for the hobby, man. It's just, it's not healthy for bringing in new readers, which ultimately it's, what the hobby should be about. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to gatekeep and say, oh, you can't buy this book because you're only getting it because you just heard it's going to be a TV show. Great. I'm happy that you're interested. I'm happy that you're coming
Exactly.
into
That's
comics.
not the issue.
I'm mad at the spectators for buying up all of everything and just hyping it just so they can sell. Like that sucks. Like you're ruining a good part of it. So like Slumber, if you right now, the first 3 issues of Slumber and the first 3 issues of 8 Billion Genies, Slumber is better in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's not getting any kind of hype because nobody has heard of it. No one has picked it up for a TV show. Yeah, exactly. So nobody cares. And I'm like, that's not fair. That's
Image
not
is
fair.
really putting out a ton of fire.
What's that?
Image is really putting out a ton of really good
yeah.
books. That's what you should make me realize, because they're both Image.
They're both Image, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. But look, I do like though that when this happens, even if it's a cash grab, at least it makes it accessible to the readers, and that's additional printings. Additional printings for the most part are cash grab. But look, if you're gonna do additional printings, and that's gonna make it again, like I mentioned, more available to people, and for the most part, the prices on these books, aside from the new like trend of doing a second or third printing where they do a 1 in 25, like ratio, or a 1 in whatever 1 in 50 for like a third printing. But a regular like A cover, second, third printing, whatever. At least as long as companies keep on doing that, so that the people that want to read the book and that's really what they're interested in can read the book. Fuck it, fine. It is what it is. And the people that want to pay $20 for an A cover, have at it, man. As long as
I also want to mention something that I've enjoyed that in this vein is that companies are putting out trade paperbacks and collected editions a lot quicker now.
They are. Yes.
Like I just picked up these 2 editions of DC vs. Vampires. Like catches you right up to the issue that came out last week.
Yeah.
That's pretty
DC quick. That's a new thing that DC has started doing, and they're like the only company that I think is doing something like that. And you know what, man? I really like that. They recently did it also with Dark Knights of Steel, where they yeah, man. And they put out some really cool covers. They're not expensive.
It gives you a very affordable other way of getting it instead of just buying all the singles. If you go to a shop and they don't have the singles, they have issues 1 and 6.
Yep.
Like you could buy this easy and you get them all.
It's cool, man. It's inventive, and I think that I think that Marvel should definitely like do something like that.
But I also think that the trend, especially with like Image and Boom, these they're going to be shows. I feel like that's information. Great, do it, but hold it off until you get towards the end. Like we're issue 3 of 8 Billion Genies,
bro.
And like
8 Billion Genies was announced when issue 3 wasn't even out yet. That's what's crazy about it.
And it's like, why is this one the one that's picking up? Like the spectators have been like, oh, you better pick up issues 1, 2, and 3. They're going to be key issues. And I'm like, how are they key issues? Have you read the book? Nothing is key about it. Just because they introduce new characters, it's a new series. Every character is new. Like, what are you talking about?
They're miniseries. You know that they're miniseries. This is advertised as the miniseries.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait until the end or more than halfway, because obviously there's gonna be a trade paperback, and that's gonna be a whole other way. So all these people are gonna get into it, and these companies make more money off the trades anyway. So they don't even care about the resale market. They don't give a crap about the resale market. So why don't you just wait until we're optioning this. This is gonna be a show. We're putting out hardcover, soft cover, blah blah blah. They're gonna make way more money that way.
But not really. Not really,
And
because if somebody goes out and buys the 20 issues at every store, 20 issues of the next issue, and then they're also going to sell the trade paperbacks, that's more money on their pocket.
and you know, and then also it is like important to note, neither one of us is like talking shit on Eightbilliongenies. Like, no, the book is the book is fucking fun. Like, it's really good, and that's why like I like books to be accessible and to be available for as many people as possible, man, because it's the same like crowd that complains or they say, hey, comic books are dying, nobody reads them, and it's like you're the same people that are fucking again buying 20 issues and you're trying to sell them for like 15-20 bucks, man. Like, I don't know, but
no one's buying my overpriced book.
yeah, dude, like I don't know, but I don't know. Let's move on to something happier, man, because I want to
Cover of the week.
Yep. What's yours,
As we
man?
were talking about 8Billiongenies, guys. The B cover is my cover of the week.
All right, nice.
Interesting.
And I think my favorite part of it is that in the little corner right over here is one of the characters from Ultra Mega.
I was thinking, all of those characters on there, are they comic book characters? Like the green Spider Woman looking thing, I feel like that's a reference to that Spider Woman.
There's references
cover,
to it. I think there's a bunch of references.
Yeah.
But that was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah. It's a cool cover though. It's wild.
Yeah. I really like it. And series is cool.
Yep. Now, for me, top cover of the week, man. Backgrounds number 8, the cardstock variant, good quality paper, by that one by Audrey Mock. I love that cover, man. And I've just been a really big fan of Audrey Mock's work, man, ever since I picked up her Silk #1 cover. Number 2, right? I think 2. Yeah, sorry. Her number 2 cover. I've been really paying attention to the work that she does and some of the books that she works on. And this cover is just awesome, man. She has a way of drawing characters like eating food that makes it enjoyable. It makes it fun, and it's just lighthearted, but in like the best way possible. Very colorful, very fun. Yeah, man, it's just beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. I love it.
So I'm going back to your January second week of your pull list, because like when I was going through and looking at all like the things that you bought and stuff, I saw that you bought or had an Audrey Mock cover from January. So you liked her before you even knew it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I really started paying attention when the Silk cover came out. But which one are you referencing? That I probably did love it, and I just didn't really like realize it.
So I'm trying to find it. I can't find it yet. While I'm looking, though, I will say that my top cover was Daredevil #1, just the A cover, just because I didn't really have anything else coming in variant cover wise, and if I had to look at my books today, then that's what it was. Daredevil #1. Chichetto can't go wrong. He's the one that drew the cover, right?
Yep.
I believe so.
When he draws Spider-Man as well, like that's he's got one of the best. But I think he might be now my favorite Spider-Man artist.
Like, his Spider-Man is amazing, and you know what's crazy, man, is that I loved his Spider-Man way back when I first started reading comics. During Avenging Spider-Man, there was a crossover between the Daredevil title, the Punisher, and Avenging Spider-Man at the time. If for anybody that's watching, you guys should check it out. It's a really great storyline, but it's called the Omega Effect. And that was my first like exposure to Chichetto's art and his Spider-Man. Dude,
damn.
It's just as good back then as it is now. And if you like Chichetto and you like his Spider-Man and you like what he's doing on Daredevil, check out the Omega Effect storyline. It's dope.
So I'll go ahead and put it here. But the book that you got was in January 26th. It was Once and Future #24. and it has nothing to do with anybody eating food. It's a girl. I guess that's Guinevere, and she's like completely. It's like a lightning based, and she's carrying
Yeah,
the sword.
I did get that.
Look
I
at
love that cover. I love that cover. Yeah,
There you
and I
go.
didn't even notice.
That's your first
Yeah.
one of the year from her. So
Yeah,
I don't know about before, but this one,
yeah,
no.
it's dope,
Yeah,
man.
that was my cover, Daredevil.
Very cool.
Hopefully I get all my books next week, but
So is
my
next week the last week for your shop?
no, it's effective immediately.
Oh,
Yeah, I was talking to Carlos before we
I-
started.
I thought it was at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's what. Well, they're open until, but that's another story, guys. When I cry next week and I got no books, I'll let you know.
We're gonna need a new co-host.
Okay, so I'm really excited for Nightwing 94. And I'm gonna say issue 2 of Duo Powerbomb.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna throw the Alien Annual in there. And
Okay.
that's what I'm excited about.
Cool.
Nice.
For me next week, 100%, man. I am extremely excited for Little Ronin.
Yeah.
Like Little Red Ronin.
Yeah.
Little Red Ronin. I am like super excited about that. It's I don't know if it is gonna be good, but it's looking like the kind of quirky kind of book that I like. And I'm sure that I'm gonna like it because it's written by Garrett Gunn, who is writing Good Boy, and I love Good Boy. And the artist is Kit Wallace, who's also like on Good Boy covers, all of that stuff. So I think that it's gonna be wacky. I think that it's gonna be fun, and I'm really excited for it. I'm also really excited for it's called Dark Spaces from IDW. I haven't picked up an IDW book in a while. And it has to do with like firefighters. And there's gonna
be $9.99.
Dude, hope not. But it's got to do with like a firefighting group that they're fighting this like big fire that's broken out. There's supposed to be like an inmate that somehow ends up fighting the fires with them because it's so big. And there's like some creepy stuff that's gonna be brewing underneath the surface, and the cover just looks really cool. The artist that's gonna be working on the book, I checked out their art. Looks pretty trippy. I like it. It just seems interesting, and I gotta be honest, it was the cover that both covers that got me. So hopefully it'll be good. And I'm also really excited for it's After School #2 from Skybound, Nick. So
did you get issue 1? Because I didn't, and I wanted to.
I got issue 1, and so the after school books are gonna be, they're basically self-contained one shots, right?
Yeah.
They have multiple stories in them, or no?
It just, each issue is just one. It's kind of like an anthology kind of story where they're like horror stories. And the first one was wild as shit. It was horror, but it was more light-hearted kind of horror.
It's funny because none of those covers hint at it being a horror book at all.
I know, and dude, it is. The first issue was wacky as fuck. It was funny. I love the creative team. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up the.
I'm telling you, Image is better than Marvel at this point.
I feel like After School is, you can relate it to Goosebumps.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly the vibe.
You're reading it too?
That I got.
I'm not reading it, but I did go over a couple of pages, and I saw a lot of.
What did I miss? No one told me we were doing this.
No, but one thing, I don't know, Carlos, if you knew about this, but issue #2, it has to deal. I put a post on it on Instagram. Put not a post, but a story. But they posted about it, saying issue #2 deals with a girl who gets pregnant and how now she has to deal with the choice of what she needs to do next.
Ooh.
And because this was written way back before Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Yeah.
And now, in light of that news, they were like, the creators of the book said that all of the profits that they make from this book,
all the
they're
proceeds
gonna
donate.
To donate it to Planned Parenthood.
Oh, that's awesome,
and
man.
then I think Image that's the publisher for the book, right?
Yeah.
Image said we're gonna match whatever you donate. We'll match it and take it to Planned Parenthood.
Oh shit, dude! I had no idea what I honestly had no idea what the storyline was gonna be for this one. I literally am just picking it up because I enjoyed the first issue so much, but the background that you just provided, it's gonna make this one even. It's gonna make it even more impactful. Definitely because of what's going on right now.
I'm definitely going to pick it up just for that one reason. Like I'm only gonna get number 2, and that's it. But
cool, it's an anthology, so you could read number 2 without ever reading number 1. So it's fine.
Exactly. No, but I thought that was really cool of them. So
yeah, it is, man. But yeah, for anybody watching, again, I can't attest to whether issue 2 is going to be good, but like Manny mentioned, the fact that this is just going to be for a good cause, pick it up, man. But if it means anything, I picked up the first issue and I absolutely loved it.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Dude, it was great. And I'm excited for, honestly, like every week, everything that's going to come out. But one more quick book that I do want to highlight, because it's also it could also be a contender for the most consistent series, or at least second or third place, is World's Finest number 5. I am so excited for World's Finest number 5. It is like it's my happy place book right now. It really is.
I don't do this with other like books, but the one of the creators, they post like the interiors for like 3 pages of the interiors. And usually I just skip it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to, but with World's Finest, I was like, let me see what's going on here. Like I want to see what I'm looking forward to. Like I had to read it. And it's just like a page and a half of spoilers, right? So, but that's how good it is. Like I want more as soon as I can. So I agree. But
very cool.
Any other books?
That's it, man.
That's it. Yep. So yeah, no, there's a bunch of books coming out, and I can go over the ones that I know are going to be good. But like you said, Little Red Ronin is a new number 1, so I'm excited for it. Really excited for it. I'm actually looking at the variants now. There's like a Karate Kid one that I didn't know was going to come out, so I'm going to try to get it, see if I can still get it. But
I got it. I had to get it. I had to get it. They got me. I'm sorry.
I got from now on are $5.99 plus.
Yo, I'm sorry. I got. They got me. They got me with that one. With that one, they got me.
This is why you can't complain, because you see a book and it looks cool and you're like, I gotta get it. And then a month later, you're like, why did I spend $5.99 on that book? That's ridiculous. But then you go back to the video we did on it and you're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever bought.
No,
don't count.
And then the other number 1 that I'm getting is another Image book, Rogues Gallery number 1. It's just about like a bunch of fans of this particular actress that they break into her house, and I think she's like a horror movie actress, so they're trying to reenact it, and she needs to survive the night or something. I don't know really what's gonna happen, but I'm excited to read it.
I've been on the fence.
It was on my list.
On that book, it's been on my it was on my list. I haven't committed to it yet, but when I'm at the shop, I don't know, man. Like maybe.
I don't know what it was that pushed it over the edge, because I was the same. I saw it, I was like, no. And then I saw it again, I said yes. And then I saw it again, I said no. But I think I pushed it over the edge. I think I dropped the book or something. And I was like, hey, I can put this on my list now. Okay. So, but yeah, those are the 2 main ones that I'm looking forward to, just because I don't know anything about them. But I put them on my list for a reason. Grimm's coming out, Black Adam, and We Live. I hope We Live really picks up on this.
Yeah.
So other than that, everything else, I am looking forward to everything in my list right now.
Cool. That's how it should be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nice.
And that is that.
That is the conclusion.
That was our weekly roundup. We gave you our top 3. We gave you our disappointing moments. We had a cool discussion, and we talked about our favorite covers, and what we're excited about for next week. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
If
everybody.
you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Manny's channel. Give him the support he deserves. And remember to tune in every Tuesday for the weekly roundup.
See you later, guys.